Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Yes, it is another time for a contest. Another episode of Academic Violence is upon us. And ladies and gentlemen, the Northern Zone champions are in town. The University for Development Studies are in town. They come up against the lads from OEB, Okpoti and his friends, ladies and gentlemen. This promises to be exciting. Yes, join me in the last round of 16 contests for the day. 5 contests down the line, 5 winners. Central University, Accra Technical University, University of Cape Coast, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, the University of Energy and Natural Resources. Yes, 80% of these schools are public universities. The non-public university in that group is a faith-based institution, the Central University. This contest features a public university against a faith-based university. One of the two will make history by joining them. Valley View University are in their maiden Tertiary Business Sense Challenge. This is the first time they are joining us, and they want to make a mark. They have done so by qualifying to the national championship, but of course, that is certainly not enough for the team from OEB. They want more, they want to do more. And like Oliver Twist, they are poised to do more. But they come up against a formidable team from the north, the University for Development Studies, yes, who defeated SD Dombo University at the zonal final in Tamale. As Northern Zone champions, they want to make a mark. They want to indicate that indeed they are zonal champions and therefore qualify to the quarterfinal stage. But of course, it won't come easy. They come up against a very determined Valley View team. Now, the Tertiary Business Sense Challenge is brought to us by Graphic Business in partnership with ICAG and GTech. Our media partners are TV3 Daily Graphic and Graphic Online. Our sponsors, Gold Ghana, MTN Ghana, PwC, Compi Ghana, Glyco Life, as well as the Ghana National Association of Teachers. Ladies and gentlemen, one of these two schools before me is going to qualify to the quarterfinal stage. Indeed, the 6th slot will automatically be occupied by the school that wins this contest. So it is a winner takes all. Ladies and gentlemen, join me as we welcome contestants from the two schools to take their seats upstage. Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, who do we have from Valley View University?
My name is Pisa Tanga, BBA Accounting Level 400.
Okay.
My name is Jonathan Ofosu, BBA Management Level 400.
My name is Nansu Jeffrey, BBA Accounting, level 400.
You're welcome once again.
Thank you.
Now, who do we have from UDS?
Yusuf Abdulhanan, BSc Accounting, level 300.
I'm Mohamed Amin, Finance level 300.
And this is Rafiq Abdul Salam, BSc Accounting, level 300.
You are welcome once again.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, so our contestants are seated, they are poised for action. We want to find out from them, UDS, what should we expect from you today?
As Northern Zone champions, we are here to demonstrate the mark of a champion, for sure.
How has the preparation been like towards this contest?
We've actually prepared quite well.
Okay. Now, Valley View University, what should we expect from you?
Well, we come up against the champions in their zone and we are expecting a thrilling performance.
How has the preparation been for you?
Well, it's been tough, but like they say, with Christ in the vessel, we'll smile at the storm.
Ladies and gentlemen, those are the words from Valley View University and UDS. But let me remind you quickly, Valley View University. And the two contests that we had people quoting verses from the Bible. Now, interestingly, yes, all those who quoted the Bible lost. So, yes, you want to make a difference in that. Yes. UDS, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Valley View, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am ready. My name is Al Hassan Yusuf Traule. I love academic violence. Let's have some violence this afternoon. The contest is going to be organized in 5 rounds. Round 1 is on theory. Round 2 is calculations. Round 3, the business case of the day. Round 4A is a graphic business segment. Round 4B is a true or false segment. The 5th and final round is a riddles. We begin the contest from Valley View University. Theory, round 1. Now in this round, we are going to test your understanding of basic principles and concepts in business. Each of you have the opportunity of answering 6 major questions. For your major question, you have 10 seconds within which to give me an answer. For 3 points. If it's a bonus, you have 5 seconds to give an answer for 1 point. 2 attempts only at a major question, 1 attempt at a bonus, unless otherwise indicated. Please, are we okay? Okay. Let's begin with round 1. Common preamble. For each of the following statement I'm going to read out to you, identify the element of the 7 C's of effective communication that is being described. For each of the statement that I'm going to read out to you, identify the element of 7 C's of communication that I'm making reference to. Beginning with Valley View University, your statement. Delivering the message in a brief and to the point manner, that is, avoiding unnecessary details. Delivering the message in a brief and to the point manner, avoiding unnecessary details.
Conciseness.
Yes, conciseness. UDS, being empathetic and considering the needs and perspective of the audience. Example, addressing their concerns and interests. Being empathetic and considering the needs and perspectives of the audience. Example, addressing their concerns and interests.
Completeness.
No, that is not correct. You have one other chance. You've been bailed out. Bonus for Valley View.
Coherence.
No, it is consideration. Consideration. Next set of questions, still beginning with Valley View. An error occurred where a sale of 900 cedis was recorded twice. How should this error be corrected? An error occurred where a sale of 900 cedis was recorded twice. How should this error be corrected?
With this error,
You were bailed out. You were bailed out. Bonus for UDS.
We credit the sales account 900 Ghana cedis. We debit the sales account with 900 Ghana cedis.
For a bonus, I'm not taking that. Yes, you debit sales by 900, but where does the credit entry goes to? The credit entry goes to suspense account. Your major question, UDS. A company's financial records show that an office supply purchase of 250 cedis was mistakenly recorded as 25 cedis expense. What correction is needed? A company's financial records show that an office supply purchase of 250 was recorded as 25 cedis expense. How should this error be corrected? Even bailed out. Bonus for Valley View.
You credit the office supplies account and then you debit expense account.
For a bonus, I won't take that. I want you to be specific. Yes, by what amount are you debiting or crediting? I hope that is clear. Okay. Our next set of questions still begins with Valley View, but it's a common preamble. Price discrimination occurs when a seller charges different prices to different consumers for the same good or service, not based on differences in cost. There are different types of price discrimination. You have to explain the following. There are different types of price discrimination. Explain the following types. Valley View, yours is second degree price discrimination. Second degree price discrimination.
So the second degree price discrimination will be about selling prices at a higher good to the middle class.
No, that is not correct. Bonus for UDS.
That's got to do with your ability to sell a good to a section of the market for different prices.
Ah. That is not correct. I'll give the answer later. And now yours, UDS, is third degree price discrimination. Third degree price discrimination.
So with third degree price discrimination, the seller is able to sell the same commodity to what few consumers at different prices.
I'm not take that. Even bailed out also. Bonus for Valley View.
So with the third degree discrimination, it is selling the price relatively lower to the lower class than at a higher price to the first class.
No, I wouldn't take that as well. For third degree price discrimination, it is also called group pricing. So this is where different prices are charged to different groups of consumers based on some identifiable characteristics like their age, their location, or occupation. For instance, when you offer discount to students because they are students, it's a third degree price discrimination. But the second degree price discrimination, also known as product versioning, where you give discount by virtue of the fact that there are different versions of a product. Okay, I hope that is clear. Or you charge different prices based on the quantity consumed. Next set of questions, this time we are beginning from UDS. Common preamble to the two of you. Common preamble. Systems development is a process of defining, designing, testing, and implementing a new software application or program. There are a number of approaches for developing information systems. You have to explain the following methods or approaches for developing information systems. UDS, yours is systems development life cycle. Systems development life cycle.
So this is where a software is actually developed within the shortest period possible.
I won't take that. Even bailed out. Bonus for Valley View.
So the systems development life cycle are the processes the system goes through for it to be fully developed.
Okay, I'll accept that. So the key thing here about system development is about the processes or stages. The fact that the software will go through a number of stages or processes. Now yours is prototyping. Prototyping.
So prototyping will be creating a similar but non-functional system to test it to see whether it is perfect or whether it needs some modifications.
Yes. Next set of questions, common preamble to the two of you. We are still beginning with UDS. The VALS framework, that is values, attitudes, and lifestyles framework, is a market segmentation tool developed by Strategic Business Insights that categorizes consumers based on their values, attitudes, and lifestyles. The framework helps marketers understand different consumer segments and tailor their strategies accordingly. You are to identify any three segments of the VALS framework. Identify any three segments of the VALS framework, beginning with UDS. Your time is up. Your opportunity now. Valley View.
For the lifestyle, we have the consumer behavior. That is how they respond to changes in price or their income in respect to purchasing. We also have their income.
That is not correct. That is not correct. That is not a classification according to the VALS framework. The VALS framework divides consumers into 8 categories. We have the innovators, achievers, thrivers, thinkers, experiencers, survivors, believers, and the makers. Now, last set of questions for this round. UDS, explain the difference in the tax treatment of capital gains for individuals and businesses. How different is the tax treatment for capital gains for individuals different from that of businesses?
Individual's tax gain is taxed at a rate of 8%, while that of businesses are taxed for 22%.
I'll not take that. You've exhausted your chance. Bonus for Valley View.
Businesses are taxed at the rates of 15%, and then the individuals, it is added to their income and then taxed.
That is not correct. You ended up swapping them. You change them. Individuals are taxed at a rate of 15%. Businesses, you add it to the business income and tax. Now your major question, Valley View. Explain the difference in the tax treatment of gifts from employment and gifts from investment. The difference in the tax treatment of gifts from employment and investment.
So for gifts, it is added to their employment income and then taxed at 25%.
No, I won't take that. I won't take that. Bonus for UDS. Okay. So you started well. Gift from employment is actually added to the income but taxed at the graduated rate. I'm not sure why you mentioned the 25%. Our individuals taxed at 25%. No, they are taxed at the graduated rate. The investment is taxed at 25% for residents and 30% for non-resident. On that note, we come to the end of round 1. So the contest is between the University for Development Studies and the Valley View University. A place at the quarterfinal is at stake. The winner of this contest will automatically join the 5 who have qualified to that stage. Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of round 1, the scores. At the end of round 1, UDS had no points. Valley View University had 7 points. We are going into round 2. Round 2 involves calculations. You are free to use your calculators. Now in this round, each of you have the opportunity of answering 6 major questions. If you get your major question correct, it is 3 points. If it's a bonus, 1 point. 30 seconds to give an answer for a major question, 5 seconds for a bonus. You have 2 attempts only at a major question, 1 attempt at a bonus. This round will commence from the University for Development Studies, UDS. UDS. A company has 600 employees distributed across 4 departments. Department A has 150 employees. Department B has 200 employees. Department C has 100 employees. And Department D has 150 employees. The CEO directly manages department heads, and each department head manages their respective department. What is the average span of management in this company? I take it again. A company has 600 employees distributed across 4 departments. Department A has 150 employees. Department B has 200 employees. C has 100 employees. And D has 150 employees. The CEO directly manages department heads, and each department head manages their respective department. What is the average span of management in this company?
150.
No, it is not 150. You have one other chance.
One.
It is not 1. You've exhausted your chances. Bonus for Valley View University.
4.
It is not 4. It is not 4. I won't give the answer now. I won't give the answer now. Now your major question, Valley View University. A tech startup has 500 employees across 3 departments. Department A has 200 employees. Department B has 150 employees. And Department C has 150 employees. The CEO directly manages department heads, and each department head manages their respective department. What is the average span of management in this company? A tech startup has 500 employees across 3 departments. Department A has 200 employees. B has 150 employees. C has 150. The CEO directly manages department heads, and each department head manages their respective department. What is the average span of management in this company?
$165.6.
No, that is not correct. You have one other chance.
500.
It is not 500. Bonus for UDS.
That's 6.
It is not 6. 125 employees. 125 employees. So for yours, UDS, the company has 600 employees. There are 4 managers, 4 departmental heads. But there's also a CEO. The CEO is also part of management. So if you want to find out the average employees at each, or the span of management, it is a 600 divided by the 5 people. I hope you get it. The 4 departmental heads plus the CEO, that is 5. Same as yours. There are 3 departments, each has a head, so 3 plus the CEO, 4. So 500 divided by 4. Next set of question. UDS. Calculate the labor mix variance based on the following information. Actual mix, 600 hours of skilled labor. The standard mix is 500 hours. And then 400 hours of semi-skilled labor with a standard mix of 500 hours. The standard rates are as follows. Skilled labor, 30 cedis per hour. Semi-skilled labor, 20 cedis per hour. I take the question again. Calculate the labor mix variance based on the following information. Actual mix, 600 hours of skilled labor, the standard mix is 500 hours. And then 400 hours of semi-skilled labor, the standard mix is 500 hours. The standard rates are as follows. Skilled labor 30 cedis per hour, semi-skilled labor is 20 cedis per hour.
So the answer is 6,000.
No, it is not 6,000. Bonus for Valley View.
3,000.
No, it is 1,000. Now your major question, Valley View. Calculate the material mix variance. Material mix variance based on the following. Actual mix, 600 units of material A. The standard mix is 500 units. And 400 units of material B, also with a standard mix of 500 units. The standard prices are as follows. Material A, 3 cedis per unit, and material B, 2 cedis per unit. I take it again. Calculate the material mix variance based on the following information. Actual units of material, actual mix, 600 units of material A, and 400 units of material B. The standard mix is 500 units. And then the standard prices. Material A is 3 cedis per unit, material B is 2 cedis per unit.
$1,500.
No,
300.
that is also not correct. Bonus for UDS.
500.
No, it is 100. It is 100. Next set of questions, UDS, you are starting for us. UDS, calculate the Sharpe ratio for an investment portfolio with an expected return of 10%, a risk-free rate of 3%, and a standard deviation of 12%. Calculate the Sharpe ratio for an investment portfolio with an expected return of 10%, a risk-free rate of 3%, and a standard deviation of 12%.
Six point six.
No, it is
6.7%.
6.6 is not correct. You have one other chance.
0.58%.
Yes, that is correct. 0.58 is correct. 0.58 is correct. Now to you, Valley View. Calculate the Sharpe ratio for a portfolio with an average annual return of 12%, a standard deviation of 8%, and a risk-free rate of 3%. Calculate the Sharpe ratio for a portfolio with an average annual return of 12%, a standard deviation of returns of 8%, and a risk-free rate of 3%.
$2.4.
It is not 2.4. You have one other chance.
$1.5.
It is not 1.5. You exhausted your chances. Bonus for UDS.
1.125.
Yes, that is correct. 1.125 is correct. Next set of questions, we begin from Valley View University. Valley View. A company had 150 employees at the beginning of the year. They hired 30 new employees during the year, and 25 employees left. The previous year, they had 140 employees, with 20 new hires and 15 employees leaving. Compare the turnover rate between the 2 years. I take it again. A company had 150 employees at the beginning of the year. They hired 30 new employees during the year and 25 employees left. The previous year, they had 140 employees with 20 new employments and 15 employees leaving. Compare the turnover rate between the 2 years. Speak into the microphone.
At the first year, they had a turnover rate of 3%, and then at the end of the second year, a turnover rate of 3.5%. So it means that the turnover rate has dropped.
I won't accept that. Bonus for UDS.
The current is 5.45 and the previous is 28.
No, please. The first year was 16.636, and then the next one is 10.53%. Your major question, UDS. A company provides the following details on its staff for the last 2 years. Year 1, initial employees 180, new employment 25, employees who left 20. Year 2, initial employees 190, new employees 30, employees who left 25. Okay, I take the question again. Sorry. A company provides the following details for you. Year 1, initial employees 180, new employees 25, employees who left 20. And then year 2, initial employees 190, new employees 30, and employees who left 25. Calculate the turnover rate for the 2 years and compare them.
The current year is 1.027 and the previous year is the year 1 is 1.027 and year 2 is 1.026.
That is not correct. Bonus for Valley View. Year 1 is 10.96%. Year 2 is 12.99%. Next set of questions still with Valley View University. You have been given the following government receipt for the 2023 financial year. Royalties 3,000. Fees and charges 6,000. Corporate tax 2,500. Bilateral loan 20,000. Payee 15,000. VAT 5,000. Excise duty 1,500. You have to compute the non-tax revenue for the period as well as the indirect tax revenue. I take it again. Royalties 3,000. Fees and charges 6,000. Corporate tax 2,500. Bilateral loan 20,000. Payee 15,000. VAT 5,000. Excise duty 1,500. Compute the non-tax revenue and the indirect tax revenue for the period.
So for the indirect tax, we have 11,000, and non-tax revenue 20,000.
That is not correct. Bonus for UDS. Non-tax revenue is 6,000. Indirect tax revenue is 6,500. Your major question, UDS. You've also been given the following information on the government. Royalties 4,000. Trust monies and deposits 7,000. Corporate tax 1,500. Bilateral loan 10,000. Payee 8,000. Fees and charges 4,000. Excise duty is 1,000. Compute the indirect tax revenue and non-revenue receipts for the period. I take it again. You have been given the following information about the government. Royalties is 4,000. Trust monies and deposits 7,000. Corporate tax 1,500. Bilateral loan 10,000. Payee 8,000. Fees and charges 4,000. Excise duty is 1,000. Compute indirect tax revenue and non-revenue receipts for the period.
So the tax revenue is 3,200, and the indirect tax is 8,500.
Come again, I can't hear you.
Non-tax revenue is 3,200, and the indirect tax is 10,500.
That is not correct. Even bailed out. Bonus for Valley View.
Indirect tax is 4,000, and then non-tax revenue is at 11,000.
No, please. I asked for indirect tax revenue, that is 1,000 cedis. The only indirect tax revenue there is the excise duty. The other item I asked for was non-revenue receipts. Listen to the question, was non-revenue receipts, and that is the 17,000. The trust monies plus the loan, that is 17,000. In your case, I asked for non-tax revenue. The only non-tax revenue I gave was the fees and charges. And the indirect tax revenue was a VAT and excise duty. That should give us 6,500. Last set of questions for this round, ladies and gentlemen. Valley View, please, you should get this one for me, I beg you. The mean of a characteristic of 80 items was found to be 40. At the time of calculation, 2 items were wrongly taken as 64 and 12 instead of 45 and 21. Calculate the correct mean. The mean of a characteristic of 80 items was found to be 40. At the time of calculations, 2 items were wrongly taken as 64 and 12 instead of 45 and 21. Calculate the correct mean. Even bailed out. Bonus for UDS.
So the correct mean is 33.
No, it is not 33. It is 39.875. And your major question now, UDS. The mean of 110 items was found to be 60. At the time of calculations, 2 items were taken wrongly as 50 and 65 instead of 35 and 18. Calculate the correct mean. The mean of a characteristic of 110 items was found to be 60. At the time of calculations, 2 items were wrongly taken as 50 and 65 instead of 35 and 18. Calculate the correct mean.
So the correct mean is 31.
No.
26.5.
What?
26.5.
That is not correct. You've exhausted your chances. Bonus for Valley View.
21.5. 29.5.
It is not correct. I thought this was simple. If you find the mean of 80 items found to be 40. 2 items were wrongly taken as 64 and 12 instead of 45 and 8 and 21. So what you do is that you find the total 80 times 40 to get the raw score. Once you get the raw score, you now add the correct figures and subtract the wrong figures, and then you divide it by the number of items again. Anyway, on that note, we come to the end of round 2. Ladies and gentlemen, the contest is between UDS and Valley View University. A place at the quarterfinal is at stake. What scores did we get for round 2? Oh. So that is a double track system. The first was a gold track. This one is a green track. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going into round 3. Round 3 is a business case of the day. Now in this round, the 2 schools have been presented with a very short problem. They are supposed to work as a team and come up with one solution. This will be marked out of 10. They will do that in 10 minutes. Please, you may take your problem for us to go through together. You do not start writing until you are told to do so. So this is fairly simple and straight to the point. If you know it, you know it. There are 2 parts to the question. It says, discuss the implied warranties in a sale of goods contract under the Uniform Commercial Code, UCC. And B, how do these warranties protect the buyer? So that is a problem of the day. You have 10 minutes. You may start work now.
The very essence of leadership is to become more. At ICAG, we stand for leadership and we are inspired to offer more. Leadership stands up to be answerable. We use our national and international conferences to tell our story and hold ourselves to high global benchmarks. Leadership is where brilliance is rewarded. We reward brilliance with scholarships for postgraduate students. Leadership thrives on fresh ideas. Our Tertiary Business Sense Challenge makes you see business from a different perspective. Leadership is not about today. We keep an eye on tomorrow by providing internships in high-ranked institutions to inspire the next generation of business leaders. Leadership is acquiring ATSWA, CA Professional, Post-Chartered Diploma from ICAG. ICAG, where leaders become more. Great source of power, adding to your options, knowing that quality and standard remains intact, and our content, which is accepted as truth and accuracy every day, is accessible on the go. Access your favorite daily graphic and our weeklies, The Mirror, Graphic Business.
Please stop work. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much. So the two schools were given a business case of the day. Essentially, they were supposed to identify the implied warranties in a sale of goods contracts under the Uniform Commercial Code. Now, under the Uniform Commercial Code, there are implied warranties. When we say an implied warranty in a contract of sale, essentially what we are saying is that in any sale arrangement that I have with you, there are certain conditions that are implied, which we don't necessarily have to state, okay, in the contract between us. And the Uniform Commercial Code has two main ones. We have the first one to be the implied warranty of merchantability. This means that when the seller, or this warranty applies when the seller is a merchant with respect to goods of that kind. It guarantees that the goods sold are fit for the ordinary purpose for which such goods are used for. They are of the average quality and they conform to any affirmations or premises made on the labeling. So if I'm buying this phone, generally we know phones are supposed to be used for making calls, receiving messages and all of that. So for any phone that I buy, there should be an implied warranty that it is merchantable or it can be used for the purpose for which it is being purchased. Then there's also an implied warranty of fitness for a particular purpose, where the seller knows that the buyer is relying on the seller's expertise to select the suitable goods for a specific purpose. So if I need a phone for a specific item and I come to you as an expert seller, I expect that based on your expertise, you'll be able to recommend something for me which can serve the purpose for which I'm going to use for. Those are the two main warranties under the Uniform Commercial Code. But there are other implied warranties, like the implied warranty to title, that if you are selling a phone to me, all other things being equal, you should own the phone before you can sell it. Yeah, so you have title to it. That is why you are selling it. Other ones include the implied warranty against infringement, that when I buy an item from you, I have the right to use the item without any third party coming to infringe upon whatever right that I have to enjoy. So these were some of the warranties that we were expecting you to write on. The two main ones, the warranty of merchantability and that of fitness for a particular purpose, are the two main ones. If you state those two, you have 2 marks each, and then any one of them or any two of them, another 2 marks. And then how these warranties protect the buyer. One, they protect against defective goods, so that if I buy any good and it doesn't conform to those warranties, then I can sue you, okay, because I expect that the good should be fit for purpose. It should also be there should be suitability for the intended use, legal assurance, recourse for breach, etc. These are some of the protections that it offers for buyers. So if you're able to state about 4 of them, you can get some 4 marks. Now let's look at what they did, beginning from UDS. I don't know what they were writing actually. Implied warranties in a sale. I didn't ask you to explain anything. They were trying to explain. They didn't get any marks because they didn't list any of the implied warranties and explain. The B part, they said it protects the buyer to the extent that the buyer is allowed to return goods when defects are subsequently detected. So of course that point is correct. So for the effort, they get 1 out of 10. Value View. Also, they did also not explain or list the warranties that I was expecting. They didn't provide anything. For the B part, they said it gives the buyer a chance to return a defected good. That is acceptable. It also gives the buyer the chance to revoke the contract. If one party has breached the contract, that is also fine. I think that is all that I can make from what they've written. For their effort, they get 2 out of 10. So at the end of round 3, UDS had 1 point, Value View University had 2 points. We are going into round 4. Yes, more violence. Before then, substitutions. Gentlemen, you are welcome.
Thank you.
Please introduce yourself, beginning from UDS.
I am Yusuf Sukaraj, Human Resource Management Level 300.
Okay, and from Valley View?
Opoti Roberts Mensa Versa, BBA Management, Level 400.
You are welcome once again.
Thank you.
We are going into round 4A. That is a graphic business segment. Now in this round, I'm going to ask you questions on stories that appeared in the graphic business newspaper. For the purpose of this contest, we are examining you on stories that appeared in the 13th, 20th, and 27th August editions of the newspaper. Each of you have the opportunity of answering 6 major questions. If you get your major question correct, that is 3 points. Bonus question correct is 1 point. 10 seconds within which to give an answer for a major question, and 5 seconds for a bonus question. Please, are we ready? If we are ready, we go straight into round 4A. We begin this round from Valley View University, but it is a common preamble. Common preamble, please take note. Now, the 2024 mid-year budget review presented by Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam highlights the government's dedication to fiscal consolidation, economic growth, and social protection. Among the various sectors addressed, the review places significant emphasis on education, particularly tertiary education. Both private and public universities, as well as other educational service providers and stakeholders, stand to benefit immensely from the outlined initiatives. Now, Prof. Samuel Lati, in his feature article, explores private and public universities, how the public and private universities can leverage the budget for growth and improvement. Your major question, Valley View. Examine 3 ways in which private and public universities can leverage the budget for growth and improvement. Examine 3 ways in which private and public universities can leverage the budget for growth and improvement based on the article.
Collaboration with the government.
No, please, I won't take that. Bonus for UDS.
We have enhanced digital education offerings, enhanced research capabilities, and industry partnership.
Yes, correct. Now yours, UDS. Examine 3 ways in which educational service providers and stakeholders can leverage the budget for growth and development. 3 ways in which educational service providers and stakeholders can leverage the budget for growth and development and improvement.
You have offer professional development, and then offer digital solutions, and then collaborating with government initiatives.
Yes, correct. Next set of question, common preamble to the 2 of you. No, it is not common preamble. At Valley View University, a 32-member ad hoc committee, ad hoc technical committee has been established to support smallholder farmers, comprising stakeholders from various agricultural sectors. Identify any 3 institutions from which representatives of the committee are from. A 32-member ad hoc technical committee has been established to support smallholder farmers, comprising stakeholders from various agricultural sectors. Identify any 3 institutions from which reps of the committee are from.
So we have the Ministry of Finance, we have the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, and the Chamber of Agribusiness.
Yes. UDS, according to the Africa Export Competitiveness Report 2023, in 2022, around 50% of the FDI inflow was received by just 5 countries. Identify any 3 of these countries. According to the Africa Export Competitiveness Report 2023, in 2022, around 50% of FDI inflows was received by just 5 countries. Identify any 3 of these countries.
We have Egypt, Ethiopia, and Senegal.
Yes. Valley View University, according to the same Africa Export Competitiveness Report 2023, FDI flows to Africa in 2022 reduced significantly as compared to the figures in 2021. Now tell me, what was the FDI flow to Africa in 2021, 2022, and the percentage change? What was the FDI flow to Africa in 2021, 2022, and the percentage change? They've been bailed out. Bonus for UDS.
We have 44 billion for 2022 and 80 billion for 2021. A percentage 45%.
Yes, correct. And your major question, UDS. According to the Africa Export Competitiveness Report 2023, FDI flows in Africa or to Africa in 2022 reduced significantly as compared to the figures in 2021. This is in line with the global trends. What was the global FDI flow in 2021, 2022, and the percentage change? What was the global FDI flow in 2021, 2022, and the percentage change?
We have 1.47 trillion, 1.3 trillion, and then a difference of 0.22, 0.12.
What are you saying? The difference of what? Be specific with what you want to give for the difference.
0.12.
0.12. That is 12%. Yes, that is correct. Next set of questions, I'm beginning from UDS. UDS. Common preamble. Synergy Ghana examined the monetary sector developments in the August 20th edition of the Graphic Business newspaper. Synergy Ghana examined the monetary sector developments in the August 20th edition of the Graphic Business newspaper. Identify and explain the key issues raised on any one area that the article looked at. Identify and explain the key issues raised on any one of the monetary sector developments, that's the areas that the article looked at, beginning from UDS.
We have inflation, and that has to do with the increase in the prices of goods and services and how it's impacting purchasing power and the business operations.
I will accept that. Valley View.
Stabilization of the currency, that's the exchange rate. The exchange rate, that's the stabilization of the currency.
What has it done? I'll give you 1 out of 3. So it is a cedi depreciation against the major trading currencies. But what has it done? What did he say in the article about this? You did not explain. All right, next set of questions, still with UDS. Common preamble to the two of you. The Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry has inaugurated its new secretariat with a call on government to take decisive action to ease the economic pressures faced by local businesses. UDS, identify any 3 of the challenges that the president of the association listed. Identify any 3 challenges that the president of the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry listed in during the opening of the secretariat.
It has to go to do with inflation, forex depreciation, the cedi depreciation, and then the global economic conditions.
Exchange rate.
I want one person to talk. Tell me exactly
we have
what.
excessive taxes, depreciation of the cities, and the exchange rate.
Yes. Now to you, Valley View University. Identify any 3 recommendations that was made by the president of the group to improve upon the situations. The secretariat or the group has called on the government to take decisive action to ease the economic pressures faced by local businesses. Identify any 3 recommendations that the president made to improve the situation, the president of the group.
One is business to business opportunities, and the other is that's certification documentation.
What?
Certification documentation.
1 out of 3. The last question, set of questions for this round. Last set of questions, common preamble to the two of you. Common preamble. According to the managing director of Tospimo Mall, the platform's reach extends to every corner of Ghana, including major cities. You have to mention any three of these cities each. According to the MD of Tospimo Mall, the platform's reach extends to every corner of Ghana, including major cities. Mention three of these cities each, beginning with UDS.
We have Takoradi, Kofredua, and Accra.
Takrady,
Kofredua, and then Accra.
2 out of 3. Valley View.
So we have Kumasi, Hu, and then Temali.
Yes. You forgot your own Tamale. And you are mentioning Accra. Accra is not mentioned in the article. On that note, we come to the end of round 4A. The contest is between the winners for the Northern Zone, UDS, against one of the reps of the Southeast Zone, Valley View University. A place at the quarterfinal is at stake. We wait for the scores for round 4A, but we are reminded that the next contest, which happens to be tomorrow, will feature the University of Ghana and the Indum School of Business and Technology. At the end of round 4A, the scores. Valley View University had 8 points, UDS had 19 points. We are going into round 4B. That is a true or false round. In this round, I'm going to read out some statements to you. Your duty is to tell me if the statement is true or false. Where you give a correct answer, you have 2 points. But where your answer is wrong, you suffer a penalty of -1. You may decide not to answer, in which case we can pass it on to the other school under the same conditions. You have 10 seconds within which to give an answer. Please, are we okay? Valley View, are you okay?
Yes, sir.
UDS, are you okay?
Yes, please, sir.
All right. So, true or false? We go straight into round 4B. Beginning this round from UDS. UDS. External confirmations are not appropriate for verifying the ownership of real estate properties. True or false? External confirmations are not appropriate for verifying the ownership of real estate properties. True or false?
That's true.
No. Valley View. External confirmations provide less reliable evidence compared to observation of inventory counts. True or false? External confirmations provide less reliable evidence compared to observation of inventory counts. True or false?
True.
Yes. UDS. Confirmation bias refers to the tendency to seek out information that supports one existing beliefs or preferences. True or false? Confirmation bias refers to the tendency to seek out information that supports one's existing beliefs or preferences. True or false?
That is true.
Yes. Value view. Anchoring bias occurs when decision makers rely too heavily on the first piece of information they receive when evaluating alternatives. True or false? Anchoring bias occurs when decision makers rely too heavily on the first piece of information they receive when evaluating alternatives. True or false?
True.
Yes. UDS. UDS. A low price to earnings ratio, that is PE ratio, suggests that the company's stock is overvalued. True or false? A low PE ratio suggests that the company's stock is overvalued. True or false?
False.
Yes. Value view. A higher debt to a higher debt to equity ratio indicates a lower degree of financial leverage. True or false? A higher debt to equity ratio indicates a lower degree of financial leverage. True or false?
False.
What?
False.
Yes. But why do you cover your mouth before you talk? Why do you cover your mouth before you talk? Next set of questions, we begin with you, Valley View University. Valley View. Herd behavior in financial markets refers to investors making decisions based on the actions of others rather than their own analysis. True or false? Herd behavior in financial markets refers to investors making decisions based on the actions of others rather than their own analysis. True or false?
True.
Yes. UDS. The disposition effect is a tendency of investors to hold losing investment too long and sell winning investment too soon. True or false? The disposition effect is a tendency of investors to hold losing investment too long and sell winning investment too soon. True or false?
That's true.
You've been bailed out. You want to attempt the bonus? Value view. Okay, go ahead.
This is false.
No. Your major question now, value view. Value view. The concept of brand equity refers to the value added to a product by having a well-known and respected brand name, which can influence consumer preference and loyalty. True or false? The concept of brand equity refers to the value added to a product by having a well-known and respected brand name, which can influence consumer preference and loyalty. True or false?
True.
Yes. UDS, a product line extension, involves introducing a new product that is entirely different from existing products within the same brand. True or false? A product line extension involves introducing a new product that is entirely different from existing products within the same brand. True or false?
False.
Yes. And now the last set of questions for this round. Last set of questions. Valley View University. Valley View. In linear programming, the objective is to maximize the value of the objective function. True or false? In linear programming, the objective is to maximize the value of the objective function. True or false?
True.
No. Some have minimizing objectives, not all are to maximize. And now your question, UDS. In linear programming, the constraints must always be inequalities, true or false. In linear programming, the constraints must always be inequalities, true or false.
That is false.
False is correct. On that note, we come to the end of round 4B. Ladies and gentlemen, please give some love to the contestants. We have one final round to go. That is a riddle segment. Riddle segment. The winner of this contest will join Central University, Accra Technical University, University of Cape Coast, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, and the University of Energy and Natural Resources at the quarterfinal stage. Ladies and gentlemen, the scores for round 4B. Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of round 4, University for Development Studies had 7 points. Valley View University had 8 points. Yes, it is that close. It will go down to the last round. It comes down to the riddles, ladies and gentlemen. There will be 5 riddles in all. The riddles are open to both schools. Now, I'm going to give you a set of clues. If you get the idea, you ring your bell. Let me hear the bell from UDS. And that of Valley View. Now, when you ring your bell, you have 10 seconds to give an answer. If you give a wrong answer, you can no longer partake in that particular riddle. If you answered correctly, depending on the number of clues given, if you got it correct on the first clue, that is 5 points. Answering on the second clue is 4 points. Answering on any other clue thereafter is 3 points. There will be 5 riddles in all. Please, are you ready? All right. So we go to riddle number 1. Ready? Let's do this. Riddle number 1. I am a type of risk in an organization. One of the 3 main types of audit risk in an organization. I am a form of raw or untreated risk, a risk that occurs naturally. Valley View University.
Inherent risks.
That is correct. They answered on the second clue, that is 4 points. Riddle number 2. Riddle number 2. I am a market, a global market for the trading of financial securities. I provide a means for buyers and sellers to trade shares of stocks of listed companies for public trading. I am open for trading Monday through Friday from 9:30 a.m. to UDS.
That's the Ghana Stock Exchange.
No. I continue. I continue for the benefit of Valley View. I am open for trading Monday through Friday from 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. ET, with the exception of holidays declared by the exchange in advance. I trade in a continuous auction format where traders can execute stock transactions on behalf of investors. I am owned by Intercontinental Exchange, an American holding company. Yes, Valley View.
The Wall Street Journal.
No. No. Perhaps if you had waited a little, just a little, because the next clue is that I am the largest equities-based exchange in the world based on the total market capitalization. I am based in the United States and nicknamed the Big Board. And the answer is the New York Stock Exchange. Riddle number 3. Riddle number 3. I am a corporate action. I am a corporate action by which a company issues additional shares to its shareholders. Companies often use me to lower the shares trading price to a more comfortable range for most investors and to increase the liquidity of trading in the shares. 3, I result in an increase in the number of outstanding shares, but there's no change to the company's total market capitalization. 4, I increase the total number of shares by a specific ratio based on the shares they held previously. My most common ratios are 2-for-1 or 3-for-1. 5, I occur when the company's board of directors take a decision to increase the number of shares outstanding by issuing more shares to current shareholders. Who am I?
Share right price.
No, please. That is not correct. Bonus of UDS, you have the floor. The answer is stock split. Stock split. Riddle number 4. Riddle number 4. I am a specific form of organizational structure within entities. My concepts have been applied to group dynamics and management science in private businesses and organizations, political science, law and public administration, technology, economics, and money. In management, I can be understood as the orderly assignment of authority throughout the levels of management in an organization. 4, I describe the way in which power to take decisions is allocated among various levels in the organizational hierarchy. 5, I am the process by which the activities of an organization, particularly those regarding planning and decision making, are distributed or delegated away from a central authoritative location or group and given to smaller fractions within it. Who am I? UDS.
We have decentralization.
Decentralization is correct. They answered on the last clue, that is 3 points. 3 points. And now the last riddle. Last riddle. In mathematics, I am one of several kinds of average, and in particular, one of the Pythagorean means. I am sometimes appropriate for situations when the average rate is desired. 3, for all positive data sets containing at least one pair of non-equal values, I am always the least of the 3 means. 4, I can be expressed as a reciprocal of the arithmetic mean of the reciprocals of the given set of observations. 5, I am calculated by dividing the number of observations or entries in the series by the reciprocal of each number in the series. Who am I? Please, the time should be running. Yes, value view.
Harmonic mean.
Harmonic mean is correct. Harmonic mean is correct. On that note, we come to the end of the contest, ladies and gentlemen. So the contest has been between UDS and Valley View University. We wait for the scores for round 5 as well as the contest. So at the end of round 5, or the scores for round 5, UDS had 3 points, Valley View had 7 points for round 5. We wait for the final scores to decide or to determine who won this contest, ladies and gentlemen. But before the final results come in, Valley View, how do you assess the contest overall? How do you assess the contest overall?
Felt we could have done better.
You could have done better. What went wrong?
Our expectations didn't match.
UDS, how do you assess your performance?
Not so impressive, but we hope to do better if we have the opportunity to get to the next stage.
Why couldn't you do your best in this contest?
Clearly, we are appearing here for the first time at the national level, though we formally had been noticed as the champions when we were with UBIT as one. So for the fact that we are appearing here for the first time, we are acclimatizing ourselves to the environment, and for sure we are doing well at that.
Ladies and gentlemen, now the final scores at the end of the contest. Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the contest, yes, the scores. Valley View University from OEB had 32 points. UDS from Tamale had 34 points. Yes, that is as close as it can get. Indeed, at the Northern Zone Finals, UDS and UBIT was as close as this. I think that was even 1 point. It was 1 point, right? Yes. So, UDS, congratulations. You have made it to the quarterfinals of the national championships. I'll see you at the quarterfinal, UDS. Thank you for the good performance. Valley View University, yes, this was your maiden appearance on the hot seat. I believe it wasn't easy. Your expectations were not met. You could have done better, but unfortunately, this is what your performance today has given you. So thank you so much for being part of the TBSC 2024 version 6.0. It's been great having you. Let's hope that your result is able to bring you back. But if it doesn't, we appreciate your coming for the 2024 edition. We will see you some other time. Ladies and gentlemen, in the contest between the zonal champions from the North, UDS, and Valley View University, who are making their maiden appearance, and there's a zonal winners from the North who have made it to the quarterfinal stage automatically. They have qualified to join Central University, Accra Technical University, University of Cape Coast, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, as well as the University of Energy and Natural Resources at the quarter-final stage. Our next contest, which will be the first for tomorrow, will be between the University of Ghana and the Indum School of Business and Technology. On behalf of Graphic Business, ICAG and GTech, on behalf of MTN, CompuGhana, PwC, GlycoLife, NAT, Gold Ghana, TV3, Daily Graphic Online, on behalf of my technical team, David Abel, Prosper Zuma, and SJC, Felix Tay, Hussein Zakari, Jacob Doku, Francis, Norris Asari, Emmanuel Amamo, David Gazo, Franklin Aka, and everybody who has been part of this contest. I say thank you so much, my studio audience, and those of you who join us online. It's been a pleasure and an honor being your quiz master for this contest. My name is Al Hassan Yusuf Traule, and I love academic violence. I'll see you at the next episode of Academic Violence. Bye-bye for now.
But I want to warn you about that. There is nothing as deadly as a wounded lion. You've won this time, but when we meet you again, I promise you, you'll regret. I will tell each and every school that is taking part of the national that they should get well prepared and prepared because UEW, we are well prepared and we are ready to defend our champion.
No challenger. No challenger.
Very essence of leadership is to become more. At ICAG, we stand for leadership and we are inspired to offer more. Leadership stands up to be answerable. We use our national and international conferences to tell our story and hold ourselves to high global benchmarks. Leadership is where brilliance is rewarded. We reward brilliance with scholarships for postgraduate students. Leadership thrives on fresh ideas. Our Tertiary Business Sense Challenge makes you see business from a different perspective. Leadership is not about today. We keep an eye on tomorrow by providing internships in high-ranked institutions to inspire the next generation of business leaders. Leadership is acquiring ATSWA, CA Professional, Post-Chartered Diploma from ICAG. ICAG, where leaders become more. source of power, adding to your options, knowing that quality and standard remains intact, and our content, which is accepted as truth and accuracy every day, is accessible on the go. Access your favorite daily graphic and our weeklies The Mirror, Graphic Business, Graphic Showbiz, Junior Graphic, and Graphic Sports on Graphic News Plus app. It's the digital replicas of our work. Download Graphic News Plus app on the Google Play Store, Apple App Store, and available